Solid state. 12th science. The first topic is a solid state. At last lecture, we were to discuss about semiconductor, conductor, and insulators. If there is a sum of the pentavalent or trivalent impurities are added to the pure semiconducting material like silicon and germanium, it gives another type of the semiconductor, extrinsic semiconductors. And the substances trivalent or pentavalent impurities are added to the semiconducting material are called dopant, and this process is called as a doping. The conductivity of a semiconductor can be increased by the doping. This process, doping means there is a process of addition of minute quantity of the impurities to a semiconductor to increase its conductivity are called this doping, and the substances are called as a dopant. Added impurities or the substances are called as a dopant. The doped semiconductor having higher conductivity than the pure intrinsic semiconductor is an extrinsic semiconductor. In these semiconducting materials, this dopant is added to the pure, that is the intrinsic semiconductor, then their conductivity is higher. There are two types of the extrinsic semiconductor. These two types are N-type semiconductor and P-type semiconductor. These are depending upon trivalent and pentavalent impurities. N-type semiconductor N-type semiconductor contains increased number of the electrons in the conduction band. Means this N-type semiconductor are the pentavalent impurities. These pentavalent impurities are added to this pure intrinsic semiconducting material, then it forms the N-type semiconductor and which contains the large number of the electrons in conduction band. An N-type semiconductor is obtained by adding the group 15 elements to the intrinsic semiconductor which belongs to the 14 group. That is, 14 group semiconducting materials are silicon, germanium, etc. and the substances are added to the silicon or germanium are the arsenic, antimony, etc. Consider, for example, doping of the silicon with phosphorus. Silicon has a crystalline structure in which each silicon atom is linked tetrahedrally to 4 other silicon atoms. This is a 14 group elements, and this element below the carbon atom, that is the valency of this silicon, is 4. Hence, the crystal structure of the silicon is a tetrahedral. When a small quantity of this phosphorus is added to this silicon, then the p atoms occupies the some vacant sites in the lattice in the place of the silicon atoms. As shown in the figure, means when these impurities are added, then some of the silicon atoms are replaced by the phosphorus atom. The overall crystal structure of the silicon remains unchanged. In this case, the blue colored spheres shows the silicon and this is a phosphorus. This phosphorus contains the extra 1 electron as compared to the silicon. That is, each silicon atom combines with these 4 silicon atoms by the sharing of the electrons and their octet is completed. While in case of the phosphorus, there are the 5 valence electrons are present in case of this phosphorus. Out of these 4 electrons are shares 4 neighboring this silicon atoms and forms the covalent bond, while the remaining, this is an unpaired electron present in this semiconducting material. Hence, this is type of the extra electrons, that is the n-type semiconducting materials. Thus, the phosphorus has one extra electron than needs of the for the bonding. Therefore, silicon doped phosphorus. Silicon doped with the phosphorus has more number of the electrons in the conduction band, and those conduction band in a pure silicon as shown in the figure. In this figure, this is a conduction band and this is a valence band. When the number of electrons are added, then the extra electrons are present in this conduction band. Therefore, already the number of electrons present in this conduction and valence band are excess as compared to the number of electrons present in the conduction and valence band in these p-type semiconductor materials. It is thus transparent that the conductivity of the silicon doped with the phosphorus is higher than that of the pure silicon, because there is already our electrons are transferred easily from this valence band to the conduction band. The electrons in the conduction band move under the influence of an applied potential and conducts the electricity. When electrical potential are applied, then and then only it conducts the electricity. The next one, because of the charge carrier, they increase the number of electrons. Silicon or germanium doped with a group of the 15 elements, that is phosphorus, arsenic, antimony or bismuth, is an n-type semiconductors. That is, there are the 15 group elements are added except nitrogen, phosphorus, arsenic, antimony and bismuth are added to the pure semiconducting materials like silicon or germanium to increase their conductivity, because they contains the extra electron as they can combines with the four neighboring atoms by sharing of electrons. Next one is a p-type semiconductor. This p indicates the positive charge or hole present in the semiconducting material. The p-type semiconductor is produced by doping a pure semiconductor material, silicon or germanium, with an impurity of the group 13 elements. The elements contains less number of valence electrons than that of the pure semiconductor. In this case, this p type semiconductor contains there is a 1 electron less as compared to the 14 group elements, that is the silicon or germanium. Consider for example pure silicon or germanium doped with a boron. The boron atom occupies normally the positions of some of the silicon atoms in the lattice. When the boron is added to this silicon, then some of the silicon atoms are replaced by this boron atom. Boron atom has only 3 electrons in its valence set. Only 3 electrons. It does not have enough electrons to form a bonds with its 4 silicon neighbors. Only 3 valence electrons combines with the neighboring 3 silicon atoms, and 1 silicon atom remains unpaired. As shown in this figure, 1, 2 and 3. This pair, electron pairs, shares between this boron and silicon, this boron, silicon and this boron and silicon. Forms there is a covalent bond, while in this case there is only 1 electron of this silicon atom present between this boron and silicon atom. At this time, there is a generates a hole. There is no electrons, as shown in this figure. The boron atom forms bond with the 3 silicon atoms only. The missing of the fourth electron creates an electron vacancy. It is called a hole, and this is denoted by the small circle. A hole has a tendency to escape the electron from its close vicinity. Thus, a hole behaves as if it has a positive charge. Means there is a missing of electrons. Vacancy. It creates a hole. This is a circular path. Circular. It is denoted by the circular dots or the circle. A hole has a tendency to escape the electrons from its close vicinity, thus it behaves as a positive charge. The electrons in a partially filled valence band moves under the influence of applied potential, and the holes moves in the opposite direction. Means when the external influence or the external force is applied, electricity is applied, then the electrons are partially filled in the valence band or moves to the conduction band. At the same time, the holes moves in the opposite direction. Means they can comes in the downward direction, then the electrons are moved in the upward directions. And it conducts the electricity. This is a p-type semiconductor, and there are already explains two types of the semiconductors: intrinsic semiconductor and second is the extrinsic semiconductor. This extrinsic semiconductor again classified depending upon the dopant or the doping process as a p-type semiconductor and n-type semiconductor. P-type contains a positively charged, that is the 13 group elements are added, and n-type semiconductors there is a 15 group elements are added to the 14 group elements, that is the silicon and germanium. Next part is the magnetic properties of the solid. In this magnetic properties of the solid, the electron spins about their own axis. The electron, according to the quantum numbers, the last quantum number is a spin quantum number, and these electrons are spin over its own axis as well as around the axis or the nuclear part. Due to this, it generates a magnetic field, and this magnetic field contains induced magnetic field. That is, the electrons spin about their own axis, and the spinning of the electrons acts like a tiny magnets. Because of their spinning action, it generates induced magnetic field. If an orbital contains an electrons, the unbalanced spin exhibits magnetism. Means it generates the magnetic field. However, the electrons are paired in their spin is balanced and no magnetic property is observed. If all the electrons are paired, then their spins gets cancelled due to the upward direction and downward direction spins are oppositely charged, positive and negative charged, and therefore their spins gets cancelled and no magnetic property is observed. On the basis of the magnetic properties, solids are classified into the three major classes: diamagnetic, paramagnetic, and ferromagnetic substances. First is the diamagnetic solids or the diamagnetic substances. When the substances contains all electrons are paired, the substances contains all electrons are paired. They are weakly repelled by the magnetic field. Such as substances are called as a diamagnetic substances, and the property is called as a diamagnetism. Di means two. There is a two electrons are present in all the orbitals, and therefore their spins gets cancelled. They can be repelled by the magnetic field. Such as substances are called as a diamagnetic substances, and the property is known as diamagnetism. The pairing of electrons are balanced spin and their magnetic moments gets cancelled. Example N2, F2, NaCl, H2O and benzene, etc. Next one is a paramagnetic solids. At the valence shell, the substance with unpaired electrons are weakly attracted by the magnetic field. In its valence shell, there is at least one electron is unpaired. Then, such electrons are weakly attracted by the magnetic field. Such substances are called paramagnetic substances, and the property is known as a paramagnetism. In this case, the spinning of the unpaired electrons gives rise a magnetic moment. There is a electrons of the unpaired electrons gives there is a magnetic moment because this magnetic spinning is cannot be cancelled. There is only one electron in the orbital. The substance is attracted by the magnetic field because of magnetic moment. It is important to understand that these substances exhibit a magnetism in the presence of external magnetic field only. Means it is important to understand that the substances exhibit the magnetism in the presence of external magnetic field only because these unpaired electrons can be weakly attracted by the magnetic field. Therefore, in the presence of the external magnetic field, they behave as a magnetism. They behave magnetism. They lose the magnetism when the external magnetic field is removed. This is most important point in case of this paramagnetic solids. They lose their paramagnetism when external magnetic field is removed. For example, Cu2 plus, Fe3 plus, Cr3 plus, etc. That is cupric ion, ferric ions, and chromic ions, etc. Last one is a ferromagnetism. Ferromagnetism means the substances contains large number of unpaired electrons. There is a large number of unpaired electrons are attracted strongly by the magnetic field, and such substances are called as a ferromagnetic substances, and the property is known as a ferromagnetism. In this case, paramagnetism and ferromagnetism, at least one electron is unpaired, it gives a paramagnetic solids, and the maximum or the large number of the electrons are unpaired, then this is called as a ferromagnetic substances, and this property is called as a ferromagnetism. These substances are permanently magnetized in the when the external magnetic field is applied and they can be removed again, then they gives a permanently magnetized. The certain magnetism even after the removal of the external magnetic field. For example, iron, cobalt, nickel, gadolinium, chromium dioxide, etc. In this chapter, we can learn about, in this lecture, we can learn about extrinsic semiconductor, doping, dopant, P-type semiconductor, N-type semiconductor, magnetic properties, and on the basis of the magnetic properties, solids are classified into the paramagnetic, diamagnetic, and ferromagnetic substances. I hope so. You can read accurately and prepare the question answer format for the examination. Thank you.